Sumerian Anunnaki, the fallen angels. Appropriately fitting, we begin with one of the oldest known cultures with written language. Cuneiform script written on clay tablets in ancient Sumerian texts define the Anunnaki as those who from heaven to earth came, and describe these beings as those who descended from the heavens. In certain contexts, the Anunnaki are interpreted as fallen angels. By comparative religions, it's believed the Book of Genesis, with an estimated date of 600 BCE, was likely extracted from the Sumerian epic of creation, which has an estimated date of 6000 to 8500 BCE. Archaeology can actually place the Sumerian epic of creation only by a small tablet fragment dated by the script to 2150 BCE, much later than theorized estimates. Sumerian records are filled with great detail and depictions demonstrating the Anunnaki as the Watchers, which is also evident in further biblical texts by Daniel and Jubilees. Abraham's father Terah once served the fallen angels, or the sons of the gods and goddesses, according to Psalms, with reference to the Nephilim. Sharing part of the Babylonian creation myth, in the Enuma Elish, as the children of Anu and Ki, the Anunnaki also influenced modern stories of the 12th planet as described in Planet X theory, and its return to Earth over a long elliptical orbit. In this theory, Planet X is home to the Anunnaki, and they descend to Earth each time their planet is close enough to Earth to make the journey. As the Sumerian portray the Anunnaki as watchers, they also touch upon further controversial concepts. According to Sumerian accounts, Anunnaki were the gods and goddesses who met occasionally to indirectly determine the fate of mankind if by no fault of their own, by playing a chess-like strategy game with parts of the universe. When any object or form of life was influenced by actions of the gods and goddesses, it was done by pulling on a string connecting everything in the universe that created cause and effect scenarios. Sumerian people believed their society was a slave race serving the efforts of the Anunnaki, who were here on Earth to mine gold to repair their home planet's atmosphere. Theorists surmise, based on these Sumerian texts, the possibility exists in which the Anunnaki actually took an Earth species and gifted it just enough knowledge for them to complete the mining operation without troubles. This also hints at an origin story for when mankind's intelligence was first developed, and that what humans are capable of now is the evolution of residual knowledge from our interactions with the Anunnaki. Ancient gold mines discovered in South America lend merit to the idea, but a solidified link between those mines and the Anunnaki has not been identified. The existence of ancient mines does, however, lead to further questions about why our ancestors spent the time and effort to excavate gold during an era believed to be well before the time of metalworking knowledge or capability. Also in the Mesopotamian Enuma Elish, one may find several references to strange creatures including dragons and half-man half-beast creations. Variations of these beasts play an important role in cultural beliefs of nearly every ancient civilization known to history. For example, on one of 7 tablets discovered, there is an entry about the creator Tiamat, or Umu Hubba, forming different kinds of monsters she filled with poison for blood. She set up vipers and dragons, and the monster Lahamu, and hurricanes and raging hounds and scorpion men, and mighty tempests and fishmen and rams. They bore cruel weapons without fear of the fight. Her commands were mighty, none could resist them. The tablet then continues on to describe Tiamat, the mother of both earth and heaven, exalting Kingu with the power of Anu over her children, the Anunnaki gods. Kingu is to lead in battle to avenge Apsu. May they magnify thy name over all of them, the Anunnaki. Enuma Elish describes events similar to those written in the Book of Genesis, but at a much earlier time in historical record. Parallels between both stories of creation are very well defined, and enough to suggest the Book of Genesis may have actually been a later adoption of works previously outlined on the Sumerian cuneiform texts.